everything is going to be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Namaskar, welcome to Daily PT Pointers, and in this video we are going to cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, Press Information Bureau and Live Mint. So without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion, and our first headline is related to Right to Information Act, which was passed by Parliament in 2005, aiming to give people access to the records of the central and state governments. It was a vital reform to help activists and individuals to ensure transparency and accountability in governance. The act allows any citizen to make request for access to data, documents and other information in the government's possession, and Right to Information Amendment Bill was passed in 2019 to bring in changes involving the salaries and tenures of information commissioners in the states and at the center. But in recent years, activists worry that this system is being made less and less effective, shutting off crucial means to holding public officials accountable. बाकी फ्रेंड्स, राइट टू इन्फॉर्मेशन एक्ट को नेक्स्ट आईएएस की वेबसाइट पे बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया गया है एंड लिंक अवेलेबल करा दिया गया है डिस्क्रिप्शन में. सो फॉर बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग यू कैन गो थ्रू दैट आर्टिकल. आवर नेक्स्ट हेडलाइन इज रिलेटेड टू वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन, एंड ये न्यूज में अभी इसलिए है क्योंकि recently government constituted an 8-member of high-level committee to examine one nation, one election, and former President Ram Nath Kovind has been appointed as the chairman of the committee. The committee will examine and recommend if the amendments to constitution would require ratification by the states. Now let's know more about one nation, one election. So friends, the idea of one nation, one election envisages a system where elections to all states and the Lok Sabha will have to be held simultaneously, and this will involve the restructuring of the Indian election cycle in a manner that elections to the states and centers synchronize. And do you know friends, simultaneous elections are not new to India. They were norm until 1967. Now, there are some arguments in favor of one nation, one election, and these are: simultaneous polls will reduce enormous cost involved in separate elections, and it will also help ruling parties focus on governance instead of being constantly in an election mode. And according to Law Commission, it will also boost voter turnout. Now, there are some arguments against the one nation, one election, and these are: national and state issues are different, and holding simultaneous elections is likely to affect judgment of voters. Since elections will be held once in 5 years, it will reduce the government's accountability to the people. Our next headline is related to DIKSHA platform, and ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि नेशनल ई गवर्नेंस डिवीजन ऑफ द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी इज सेट टू इंटीग्रेट personalized adaptive learning into the existing digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing platform. The personalized adaptive learning's software-based approach is expected to allow each student have an individualized learning experience over the course of curriculum based on their unique needs and abilities. Now let's know more about DIKSHA platform. So friends, it is a national platform for school education, and it is an initiative of National Council for Educational Research and Training under the aegis of Ministry of Education, and ये launch हुआ था 2017 में. It is a platform for providing quality e-content for school education in state or union territories. It has embedded assistive technologies for learners with visual or hearing challenges, but it is a static content repository. DIKSHA features digitized National Council of Educational Research and Training textbooks used by national and state boards. Apart from this, it hosts more than 2 lakh contributions by more than 11,000 academics by way of teaching videos, explainers, and practice questions. Our next headline is related to Burning Man Festival, which is an annual festival that involves music, art, and culture. It is organized by a non-profit organization called Burning Man Project in the western region of United States. This festival celebrates self-expression. Now recently, an article published in the Yale Medicine Review has noted the rise of COVID-19 infections in multiple countries driven by a new coronavirus variant called BA.2.86, which is informally being termed as Pirola. Now, cases related to this variant is reported in Denmark, South Africa, US, UK, and Israel. And do you know, friends, BA.2.86 variant was first identified in July 2023, and it has been designated as a variant of interest by World Health Organization due to its 35 mutations, which significantly exceed those observed in previous variants. Prime Minister of India will be on a 2-day visit to Indonesia starting from 6 September to attend 20th ASEAN-India Summit and 18th East Asia Summit. These two summits will be hosted in Jakarta by Indonesia. ASEAN-India Summit will be the first summit since the elevation of India-ASEAN relations to comprehensive strategic partnership last year. The summit will review the progress of India-ASEAN relations and chart the future directions of cooperation. And do you know, friends, East Asia Summit will provide an opportunity for leaders of Asian countries and its 8 dialogue partners, including India, to exchange views on issues of regional and global significance. Our next headline is related to रॉ कुकिंग कोल प्रोडक्शन एंड ये न्यूज में भी इसलिए है क्योंकि डोमेस्टिक रॉ कुकिंग कोल प्रोडक्शन इन द कंट्री इज प्रोजेक्टेड टू रीच 140 million tons by 2030. And do you know, friends, cooking coal is vital for steel production, and now it has experienced increased availability, which is crucial for maintaining momentum of industrial growth driven by steel production. And in this context, Ministry of Coal launched Mission Cooking Coal to address the growing domestic demand for cooking coal as projected in National Steel Policy 2017. This mission envisions significantly reducing cooking coal imports through a transformative measure under Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. Our next headline is related to Labor Day, which is celebrated on the first Monday in September in United States and Canada, and it is a holiday dedicated to honoring workers and acknowledging their contributions to society. This year, it will be celebrated on September 4th, and the idea of Labor Day in the United States is often credited to Peter J. McGuire, a prominent union leader who founded the United Brotherhood of Carpenters in 1881. And do you know, friends, in many other countries, including India, Labor Day is observed in May. Our next and last headline is related to PM-eBus Sewa, which was approved by Cabinet, chaired by Prime Minister of India, for augmenting city bus operation by 10,000 e-buses on PPP model. This scheme will cover cities of 3 lakh and above population as per Census 2011, including all capital cities of Union Territories, Northeastern region and hill states. And under this scheme, priority will be given to cities having no organized bus service. So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.